Oh, hello. Welcome to this video. My name is Robin and this is the Glitch Witch by COSMODIO Instruments. Let's go. Well, this first clip showed pretty good what the Glitch Witch can do, but let's start at the beginning. As I said before, it is made by COSMODIO Instruments. This is a small but very cool pedal company from Massachusetts in the United States. Their Glitch Witch is basically a all-analog auto-modulated logic fuzz. And I am aware these are very special words, so I tried to explain it a bit different. It is high gain, it is heavy gated, and it is very, very glitchy. And the fact that this is all analog makes it even more special because every signal you put inside this box comes out differently. It depends on what instruments you play, guitar, bass. Do you have an active instrument? The kind of pickup you're using, everything. And for transparency, COSMODIO Instruments sent me this pedal to make this video for you bassists, pedal nerds, whoever who is interested in this. But this does not affect what I say about this pedal or what I don't say, what I like about this pedal or not. And now let's take a closer look to the witch. On the top we have a volume control which controls the level of the fuzz effect. When we go down and in the middle you find the gate knob which controls the amount of gate. When you turn it up the signal gets more gated, you have to plug harder or it cuts off earlier, and when you turn it all the way down you can increase the amount of sustain. Down here we have a very important knob for bassists like me. It is a parallel clean blend. That means you can, when you turn it up, you can raise the volume of your dry signal and it is not affected by anything else on this pedal. And when you turn it down you can get 100% only the dry effect signal. Next to the knobs on the white or fuzz side you have two switches which are basically two band equalizers. When you have them in the middle position it's a very balanced signal. When you put them to the right you can boost the low frequencies in this case, and when you turn them to the left you can cut the low frequencies. In this case it's high frequencies, you can boost them or you can cut them. It's a very cool thing to play around with these. In my case for bassists I had the low frequencies always boosted and the highs in the middle or cut. But you can do whatever you want. It affects the signal very much, so I would recommend to test it. When we look to the right side of the pedal, you can see with the first knob, the depth knob, you can adjust the amount of divider modulation you put in the whole circuit. And as more you turn it up, you get the full amount of auto-modulated madness. On the lower position next to the depth knob is a little toggle switch, which maybe looks not that important, but it is because you can set the voice of your pedal. When you turn the switch on the left position, you can activate the chop mode. That means you are modulating the volume of your signal. You get a very glitchy sub-octave or very rhythmic sounds. The middle position is called pulse mode, where not the volume of your signal gets modulated, but the pitch of it. That means the modulation jumps between separate octaves. And the right and last position is the unstable mode, and it is no joke, it is really unstable. So when you switch to the right position, you make the tracking of your signal more unstable. You have a higher rate of pitch errors. And this last unstable mode is very interactive with the gate control. That means when you put the gate control very high, it gets more stable, and when you turn it down, you get more chaos. If you want so, do it. The last knob on this pedal is the divisor knob. Here you can select how many times your input frequency gets divided. On the first position, it gets divided by 2. That is 1 octave down. On the second position, it gets divided 4 times. So that is 2 octaves down. And the next position is 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, and 256, what are basically 8 octaves down. Now you think, okay, 8 octaves down, how am I supposed to hear that? That's the crazy and very cool thing with this pedal. After a specific point, the human ear can't hear that pitch anymore, but it hears them more like sounds and rhythmic beats or patterns. And a second very cool thing is that every sound is modulated differently. Low notes are modulated slowly, so you have very slow rhythmic patterns or beats. And when you play high pitches, high notes, they are modulated more quickly. And this happens always in perfect proportion to the pitch of the note. Down here we have 2 switches, and the reason why I say this separately is because they are not only normal switches like we know them from other pedals. These are smart switches. Yeah, now you say, what are smart switches? Let me show you. I have to plug in the pedal first. These are smart bypass switches. That means if you press it, it is on, always on. But if you just hold it, it is on, and then it's off again. And the cool thing is that happens with the other part of the pedal too. Now the divider signal is on, as you can see with the red eye of the witch. Very cool effect. Everything is glitching, very cool, and it's off. Or you can play with the regular fuzz. Maybe there's a situation you need a bit more chaos or a bit more anarchy, whatever. You can step on it, and after you release, it's the usual fuzz again. That brings me to the point of this video where I can tell you my own opinion about this pedal. First of all, I was very surprised about this pedal. I couldn't think about what would come out, and I have to say, when you are following this channel maybe for longer than just yesterday, you saw I made a demo about the Pad Yeti distortion, which is awesome, and the Gravity Well modulation pedal. So this is the third one. I am very lucky and happy to have this, but I was surprised. The concept of this pedal is, for me personal, new. So I didn't expect something like this. You see, they put a lot of thoughts and ideas into this pedal. They didn't just reuse any things which were already there. Next to these thoughts, this is a very cool fuzz for guitar, for bass, for whatever you want to use. You have a numerous amount of options with this pedal. The fuzz side, you have these 2-band EQs where you can boost, you can cut. You have the parallel clean blend, which is very useful. On the other side, the possibilities are endless. So it is a great modulation pedal and something I didn't know so far. And you can spend a lot of time with all these options. And I have to confess, this is the first ever pedal where I read the whole user's manual before I really started to play with it, because I never had something like this before, and I read the whole thing. Okay, this brings me to the end of this video. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you, COSMODIO Instruments, for your trust and for this very nice pedal in this very nice look. This very, very nice artwork. And to you, dear viewer, like this video if you liked what you saw. Comment what you think about this pedal, these kind of pedals. And of course, I would invite you to switch over to Instagram if you like stuff like that. I upload there different stuff. Sometimes funny, sometimes stupid, but I like it really much over there, so you are officially invited. But when I am ending this sentence, this will not be the end, because I wanted to show more what this divide knob does with the octaves which are going down, and in combination with the voice switch. So after I'm finished, you will see 3 different clips with the 3 different voice modes, and I am switching through the divide positions. So stay tuned, don't turn your video off after this. Enjoy the rest of the video. Like, comment, follow. Have a nice day, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.